So anyway, we've descended about 300 feet. We're now at about 6,300 feet in a Pinus edulis and Juniperus osteosperma forest. And I stopped there to blow my nose, and I'm just looking down, admiring the beautiful cryptogamic soil. And oh my God, what's that? It's a Cactus dyspanii, an extremely rare and threatened cactus endemic to the San Rafael Swell in central Utah. Unfortunately, it's not flowering. You get up close and look there, you see those tubercles, and they're lacking the central spines that the sclerocactus has. And they are fucking tiny. So anyway, more of that cryptogamic crust, of course, which just fascinates me because it plays such an integral part in keeping the soil together and preventing erosion. You got a nice phlox, not blooming yet. Got nice penstemon coming up. And then, of course, just there's our target plant. Just a little baby. Look at that guy. Look at that tiny little bastard. It's a young one. I think these certainly get no bigger than a golf ball at most. And like many cacti, they have that same ability to recess into the soil in times of hardship. Look at all that black. That's all cryptogamic crust. It could all get destroyed by cattle, certainly by off-roading morons. Fucking mouth breathers. And then, of course, the yellow is that Oriocaria. Very weird Boraginaceae. Oh, yeah, Mormon Sex Dungeon 2.0. Hey, what do you think of soil recessive cacti? Don't you like that? Isn't that a nice little trick? Huh? To avoid being eaten? About a month late in phenology, though. Already bloomed. And they don't need to wait either, since they got all that juice stored up in their tissue. Remember, cactus is like a battery, basically. It's got all the water and carbohydrates it needs, at least for the time being, and it can recharge at the onset of the earliest rain. Cactus dyspanii. What a beaut. What strange habitat, too. Calcareous talus, with a nice thick coating of cryptogamic crust and ground. And hey, look, there's one with fruit on it. All cactus fruit is edible. Not that it matters, but none of them are really poisonous. Some are very unpalatable, though. You wouldn't want them. But I wonder what disperses this seed. If it's a bird or a rodent or what. You can see, of course, the fruit is got a nice red coloration to it, wanting to get noticed, to get dispersed. Ah, shit, too bad we missed the flower, though. I bet it's gorgeous. Beautiful apricot color. Oh, here's a very common, but in no way overrated member of the rose family. This is Persia mexicana. Look at those goddamn flowers. I think the deer love eating this. Real nice looking. Look at those flowers. Ah. Well, look, it's Gaillardia pinnatifida. Pinnatifida. Nice thing about Gaillardia, it's a genus in the Aster family. Nice thing about Gaillardia is these big-ass ray florets. Look at how long those are. It's pretty easy to point out when you see it. When you see a species in the genus. This one has dark disc florets. Also been seeing Gaillardia perrii, which is a yellow one. It's just got the yellow disc florets. The foliage smells pretty nice too, very heavily glandular. And then, of course, when the flowers mature, they drop the ray florets, and it's just a little globose ball. But more importantly, over there, there's the San Rafael Reef. And to the right is San Rafael Swell. It rises up about 1,000 to 2,000 feet above where I'm standing. And again, all this was caused by the laramide orogeny. Basically, orogeny is just mountain building, and it's thought that the laramide orogeny was caused, once again, we go back to the subduction zone. The idea of a subduction zone. It's thought that basically all this uplift, which began about 50 million years ago, was caused by the Farallon plate diving beneath the continental plate 1,000 miles to the west. And so what you're looking at is a monocline. In geology, you got three different types of massive foldings of rock. You got a syncline, which is basically, think of an arch that sinks, a trough, and then you got an anticline, which is an arch that rises, kind of speaks for itself. And then you got a monocline, which is it's not really an arch. It's basically a folding of the rock. Think of the way like a thick rug drapes over a door jamb when you got to change in the level of the floor. You know, a couple 2-inch, 3-inch change in the level of the floor in your house. If, say, the guy who built it did a hack job, was kind of a slumlord, didn't really know what he was doing, couldn't level it out right. And, you know, say maybe from where it goes to the kitchen to the bathroom, there's, you know, maybe a 2-inch difference, but you throw a rug over it to kind of cover it up. And so you don't get an arch, but you get a fold in that carpet. And that's kind of what's going on here. It's called a monocline. And it's also what's causing this very incredible, it's called the reef formation. And it's basically just when, you know, the rock was originally horizontal, it goes up like that, and you can see the different layers, because again, it erodes at different rates. It's much more impressive when you see it there from the sky, but you know, it's pretty impressive right now too. Anyway, here's a plant that's by no means common where it grows, Inscylla, or maybe Inscylla now. Maybe they changed the genus, Natans. It's got a very weird habit. You can see just basal leaves, got one single peduncle coming up, and then for some reason it's facing down. That's a mature flower. It's not past maturity. It's just for whatever reason facing down. Now, why the hell would a plant evolve a flower that is so inconspicuous? And this is very inconspicuous. It's got no ray florets, which is odd. Not odd for an aster, but, you know, ray florets help to attract pollinators. This doesn't have any ray florets, and then, of course, it's facing down. And it's not just a single case with that one plant either. It's also going on here, too. This plant is only known from Utah and Colorado. Again, it's Inscylla. It used to be Inscylla. They might have changed the genus. Inscylla natans. And natans, of course, means nodding. Look at those nice basal leaves, though. Very minute, very tiny, tomentose layer of hairs. Just the mildest pubescence. Growing on, again, what appears to be very shit soil, with Geology, a species of a triplex, some various grasses, and I believe it's a little Townsendii over there. It's either a Townsendii or a Rigoran. Ooh, look at that involucre. Ah, stop blowing my mind. What's going on? Okay? Oh, there's an ant in it. Maybe ants pollinate it. Who the fuck knows? How do you know? But here's some flowers that aren't nodding. They're pointing directly up. But you could see from those styles poking out, those little yellow antennas, that this is basically full anthesis, full frontal. So this has not yet reached full maturity. It's not yet been pollinated, still doing its thing. And then this one that is nodding over doesn't have any more styles. You can see the flowers basically fully, it's done. There's no more styles poking out. You don't see any styles poking out? No, neither do I, you prick. This one's not done yet. It's interesting, too. You got multiple peduncles coming up here, multiple flowering shoots. God damn, the mysteries of the Inscylla world continue to grow. What is going on? What a weird genus, all of them.